Welcome to Track Talk, where speed meets storytelling. And this time, we're rewinding the chaos of the 2024 US Grand Prix sprint race. Now, if you're watching this, you already know how the full GP turned out, but let's dive into the spicy drama that unfolded in the sprint. Hey there, it's Margaret, your host here at Track Talk, where I bring you the sports buzz in minutes. Today we're breaking down the sprint showdown at Austin, and oh boy, what a sprint it was. This weekend didn't just give us a taste of the Texan heat, it brought us some fiery racing as well, a few heart-stopping moments and a bit of that famous COTA unpredictability. Let's kick it off with Max Verstappen. Red Bull's ace had a little unfinished business, right? The last time he stood at that top step of the podium was back in June, but after his sprint performance, it looked like the Max show was back on. With a textbook drive, he took the win, making it seem as though the RB20 was finally getting back to its early season dominance. But there's always a twist in Texas. Ferrari was right there with him, making Red Bull's victory lap not so certain. Now let's talk qualifying. Oh man, qualifying was wild. Max looked set to take the pole position for the big race, but just as things were heating up, George Russell came in with an unfortunate late Q3 crash. And who swooped in to claim the prize? Lando Norris, who had already set what he called the best lap of his career. With Russell's crash ending Q3 early, Norris found himself in the pole, but Ferrari's Carlos Sainz was right in the mix too. Sainz had been on a flyer when the yellow flags came out. Imagine the disappointment. He was in striking distance of Verstappen and Norris, but hey, Ferrari was fast. Scary fast. The Scuderia duo, Sainz and Leclerc, were in hot pursuit during the sprint race, with Sainz managing to pass Norris on the final lap. It almost felt like Ferrari had finally found their rhythm on a normal track after some up and down performances. But let me tell you, they weren't just looking to keep up, they were right there ready to pounce. But there's more to the story. Tire management, always the name of the game at COTA. Verstappen's sprint victory was no cakewalk. His margin was just 3.9 seconds. Ferrari wasn't far behind, and Sainz, after clearing Leclerc, was nearly matching Max's pace. And let's not forget Norris. While he lost out to Sainz, his lap times in dirty air weren't too shabby either. And the sprint wasn't without its battles. Ferrari's early race tussle, Sainz and Leclerc going wheel to wheel, didn't help their tire attempts, but they didn't lose touch with the leaders. McLaren, they struggled a bit more with tire overheating, especially in Sector 3. That's where Verstappen pulled away mid-sprint, but let's give credit where it's due. Norris held off Leclerc like a seasoned pro with some clever defending at turn 15. Heading into the GP, the data was clear. Ferrari had some serious race pace. Sainz's average were barely slower than Verstappen's once he got ahead, and Leclerc was right there too. But what could have been right if not Ferrari's friendly fire in the sprint? Who knows? They might have chased Verstappen down as their race trim looked strong. But let's face it wasn't just Ferrari and McLaren in the mix. George Russell showed early on and could contend, battling with Ferrari before dropping to fifth. Mercedes was struggling with overheating and tire degradation all weekend, which is likely why Hamilton ended up with a nightmare over qualifying and an uphill battle in the sprint. So what does all this tell us? The sprint set the stage for a wild race on Sunday, no doubt about it. Max might have taken the sprint win, but Ferrari's speed and McLaren's sneaky upgrades were no joke. Could Ferrari have spoiled the Red Bull party at COTA? Maybe. And would Norris pull out another qualifying miracle? You'll have to tell me, because since the race is already in the book now. That's a wrap on Track Talk Sprint race roundup for the US Grand Prix. Stay tuned for more updates and breakdowns. Catch you at the next race, where the drama never stops, and neither do we. This is Margaret signing off. Keep your engines revved and your spirits high.